Clothing Store Simulator is a light, addictive SimCade about running a clothing store. You have simple systems, clean functionality, and some genuinely fun, unique features, but shallow in terms of realism and no real economy to hold it together. It's a SimCade retail management game for just £10, or less if you get it on the sale. It's in early access right now, and it's from a small indie development studio who focus on accessible management sims. They have a limited catalogue, but they're improving with each release. They've also published themselves, and they're active on updates, but design decisions still lean towards casual players. So what do the developers say the game is? Run and expand your own clothing store, design custom clothes, manage customers, build displays, and grow from a tiny shop to a massive retail empire. And what's the truth? Mostly, this is the truth, but with limits. You can build a shop, you can manage the stock, you can design the clothes, and you certainly can grow it into a huge retail space. You do deal with messy customers, changing rooms, and constant stock flow, but there's no real economy to the game, no seasonal demands, and almost no real business acumen or simulation underneath the surface. It feels like a SimCade, it plays like a SimCade, because it is a SimCade. It's fun, it's addictive, but it's shallow. I would give it 7 out of 10 for fun, but only 6 out of 10 for realism, and I'm being quite kind there. So in terms of realism, the basic shop behaviour is realistic enough. You have customers who come in, browse, drop clothes on the floor, and leave items in the changing rooms, which is quite realistic, I have to say. Custom clothing feels quite grounded and is genuinely a unique selling point. The tools are quite limited, but also quite easy to use, and the end results are fairly decent. The problem for me is the lack of real economics. The rent, the wages, the fees, the delivery times, the lack of seasons or financial pressure, it just doesn't really feel all that real. It lacks depth. In terms of realism, I will only give this 6 out of 10, and I am being kind with that score. The graphics are clean, basic, but certainly enough to carry the game. The clothing and the shop items look rather decent, and the store expansion looks good. As the space grows, you can really fill it and make it look your own. The audio is functional but flat. The ambient audio certainly lacks presence, and there's an odd issue that when you go outside I can hear cars, but there aren't any cars visible ever at all. That aside, the game runs extremely well, and I expect it to work on even low-end machines. Although, as the store becomes massive, and I do mean absolutely ginormous, you may start hitting some performance issues. In my couple of hours playthrough, I had no crashes or major issues to talk about, and the core gameplay is demanding rather than immersive. You're constantly having to do things and expand and grow and unlock new things and try and adhere to what people want. The gameplay loop is clear. Buy, display, price, restock, expand. It's satisfying, but quite shallow. The top 3 features for this game are certainly the clothing design system. Easily stands out as the game's best mechanic. Being able to design your own products and sell them in your own store certainly adds a little bit of cheesy grin to this otherwise rather conventional shopping sim. I also like the introduction of mannequins and shop presentation tools. It's fun, it's visually rewarding, and it's certainly something that I haven't seen in any other games like this, so kudos, you've identified something that should have been in all of their games and isn't. And I've got to say that the store expansion capability looks phenomenal. I think what you will be able to build here is a mega store, and it will feel like it too. For me, the worst feature is the lack of realism, or more precisely, the lack of any kind of economic simulation. The bills and the electrics and stuff, none of it feels particularly realistic. Deliveries are instant. There's no seasons. There's nothing that really creates a meaningful challenge for a player like me. So my recommendations to the dev would be pretty straightforward. Add a real economic system. Have rent changes. Have realistic interactions with your staff. Have a delay between supplies. Seasonal demands. Just, a real life simulator event. Maybe have the shops down the street trying to compete with you Customers will go to one or the other depending on prices and what is available. Please remove the play wall. I hate this. I have always hated this. When have you ever gone into a shop and they say to you, I'm sorry, you're not level 4, so you can't buy this bottle of squash? It's ridiculous. It's a play wall. It forces you to play the game for a period of time. You know, I hate it. Get rid of it. Simple as that. Equally, I think you should allow the clothing design from the start. Why not let us design all the clothes and let the customers sort of, you know, like or hate them as they see fit? And I'd like to see different customer types as well. I'd like to see more interaction with the customers, and I just think there's a lot more that could be done. So, my final thoughts. Clothing store simulator. It's not deep, but it is quite satisfying. Designing the clothes certainly feels good. Managing the customers and cleaning up after them certainly feels believable. Expanding the shop is an addictive process. You do feel like you want to keep expanding. And for under £10, it offers a really, really decent amount of fun, even if it lacks true business acumen. If you want a light retail SimCade, it works. If you want an economic simulator, this isn't going to do it for you. I'll give this 7 out of 10. Not the first person, yes, to buy my shirt. We sold one 10 minutes before closing time. Fantastic.